The FBI is investigating what is being called a targeted terror attack in Boulder, Colorado. The alleged attack happened at a mall in between 13th and 14th Street. That's in downtown, along Pearl Street in downtown Boulder. We're hearing from the FBI Director, Kash Patel, calling it a targeted terror attack. We're also hearing just moments ago from the governor of Colorado, Jared Polis, who says he is closely monitoring the situation in Boulder. His thoughts go out to the people who have been injured, impacted by this heinous act of terror. Details are just coming.
What just happened in Boulder, Colorado is not just shocking, it's terrifying. A peaceful Sunday afternoon, a group calling for the release of hostages in Gaza, and then an explosion. People set on fire. Was this a targeted terror attack?
In our local Denver Fox affiliate KDVR telling us that around 3 p.m. some sort of device exploded in what was an organized walk of a group that is pro-Israel that was walking in support of the hostages still held in Gaza. We're trying to learn more. We're trying to also effort some images there, but a difficult Sunday evening news to hear of what the FBI is calling a terror attack. Now, the local affiliate KDVR in Denver talking to some individuals that appear to be part of this group called Run for Their Lives. Again, supporting, having a walk on a Sunday afternoon to support the return of all of the hostages, Israeli hostages in Gaza. One of the organizers saying that they are devastated by this, and we're trying to find out exactly what happened and why this happened. Police have evacuated that area. If you are watching this, hearing this in the Boulder area, stay away from that downtown area. They're clearing the scene.
Let's break this down. According to local reports, the attack took place near Pearl Street in downtown Boulder, an area packed with families, shoppers, and people peacefully walking in support of Israel and the hostages still held in Gaza.
A targeted terror attack there in Boulder, Colorado. That's the way this is being described. We can look. This is where we're expecting the press conference to occur here at any moment. We're keeping an eye there for the authorities to step up and give us some insight into what more they know about what happened here, how severe the injuries are, perhaps how many people are injured. We know that there's an incredible response there on the ground of first responders, and that area, in the area that they're looking at, in the area where they believe this attack occurred, has expanded and expanded outward, that they're blocking further and further out in this territory, and of course an investigation underway as well. We're still looking for more information about a perpetrator or perpetrators, so there are a lot of unanswered questions at this point in time.
What started as a peaceful demonstration turned into chaos. Around 1:26 p.m., Boulder Dispatch received chilling calls. People were on fire. One woman was severely burned. Two others had burn injuries on their legs.
Preliminary information about an attack that occurred here in downtown Boulder at about 1:26 p.m. today. At that time, Boulder Dispatch received several calls to the county courthouse located at 1325 Pearl Street here in Boulder. The initial callers indicated that there was a man with a weapon and that people were being set on fire. The initial response by our officers, we were on scene very quickly. When we arrived, we encountered multiple victims that were injured with injuries consistent with burns and other injuries. While our officers and paramedics and fire department personnel got those victims quickly to the hospital, our officers were pointed out, a suspect was pointed out to our officers on the scene. Our officers immediately encountered that suspect who was taken into custody without incident. I appreciate everyone's patience as we work through this complex scene.
Police responded fast. A suspect was taken into custody, an adult male, but the motive still unclear. The FBI says this might be terrorism. Local police, they're being more cautious.
I will take maybe a handful of questions, but then I've got to go back to a briefing.
I had a quick one.
Yes, Charles.
Was an actual protest going on when this occurred? Were a group of people gathered and were words said that would indicate this had anything at all to do with that protest?
So what I will tell you, on Pearl Street, it's a walking pedestrian mall downtown here. There was a lot of people out. Very beautiful day. There was a group of pro-Israel people that were there in a peaceful demonstration. I wouldn't even call it a protest. I believe that happens frequently down here. They were there in that area. We are looking and actively interviewing victims and witnesses to determine if that group was targeted or others, and we just don't have those answers yet. Those are things we hope to be able to provide you later this evening.
So what do we know? Multiple people injured, a suspect in custody, authorities treating this as a potentially targeted act. But we're only hours into the investigation. Tensions are high, and fear, it's rising.
FBI is already calling it a targeted terror attack. Would you also refer to it as a terror attack?
So I've been in contact with our local FBI multiple times. We are in contact with them here. We are not calling it a terror attack at this point. Again, it's way too early to speculate motive. I know there's a lot out there on social media, but I ask people just to give us a little bit of patience while we work through a really complex scene. A lot of witnesses were here. We've taken them to another location to debrief them and interview them. As we do that, I think the picture will become more clear. But it would be irresponsible for me to speculate on motive this early on. We're only a couple hours into this thing.
How many people were injured?
I don't have an exact number. What I will say is multiple.
This story is developing fast. As we wait for more answers, one thing's clear. This wasn't just another protest. It was a horrifying act of violence. We'll keep you updated as the facts come in. Our thoughts are with the victims. Stay safe, Boulder.